It's time for the shop report with
Barbershop Jay.
What up, sports fans? Welcome to the Shop Report. I'm Barbershop Jay. I'll be your host for the day. Here's what's happening. If you're up and around, you're out and about, and you want to give us a shout, that number to call is area code 267-687-0026. Once again, that number to call is area code 267-687-0026. Yes, we are back after a 32-week hiatus, a.k.a. vacation. And as always, we'd like to remind you that this Shop Report is now being brought to you by none other than the fine folks over at Rocket Digital. If you find yourself in need of services such as marketing consulting, media production, or social media advertising, and a host of other digital services, hop on over to their Facebook page at RDM Detroit. That's once again at RDM Detroit, and tell them Jay from the shop sent you. Or you can slide on down to their website, rocketdigital.net. That's ROCKIT digital.net. Joining me on the P program today is none other than my cap from the NYC, a.k.a. Donald Igwe BK. Brother Rich, what's happening?
Sir, we're happy that you're back from Cowboys land. I know you had a good time on the yacht with Mr. Jones and the family. We're happy to have you back with us, and I'm always honored to be on this platform and with these fine listeners and my brother up there in Michigan. I'm always just honored to be on here. Thank you very much for having me. Tell Mr. Jones we said what's up.
I don't know who you're talking about. Anyway, on the other side of the ledger, we got my man, Joey James. Did I say that right? I messed up the sign, didn't I? Should I say my man from up north, Joey James, a.k.a. Ali Haji Sheik. Tell him what you say, Double J.
I'm certainly thrilled to be back with the dynamic duo here of Brother Rich and myself. Again, we definitely want to hear all about the red carpet being rolled out for you at Cowboy Stadium. For the listeners out there that don't know, our gracious host was able to, just like at the Magic Kingdom in Disney World, where there's only that one room in Cinderella's castle, but there's only that one room that you can stay, and money cannot buy it. And our gracious host was able to stay in the kettle at Cowboy Stadium. And so we definitely want to hear more about your time in Dallas.
Hey, don't miss no extra points. I tell you that. Neither one of y'all. Not today, because it ain't going down like that. I thought we might have my man, D. Gully, from the trunk of the bus, and not the Columbus no more. That's why I got something for each one of y'all every week from here on out. Yeah, we got something for all of y'all. But, yeah, until he decides to join us on the P program today, we got thing one and thing two. We're going to get right into it. Our first topic of the day comes to us from none other than Facebook. I mean, Facebook is good for a few things. That's why I ain't completely got rid of it. Because every now and again, somebody with half a brain will put something out there that gives me pause to give some thought to. But before we even get to that, I wanted to mention something else I saw posted. Somebody asked me a couple of days ago when it comes to the whole, the protests and the Black Lives Matter and the movement and the coalitions and so on and so forth. What side are you on? What side are you on? Well, I'm on the side of what my man Malcolm X said. And I posted this or reposted it or shared this the other day. I'm for truth, no matter who tells it. I'm for justice, no matter who it is for or against. I'm a human being first and foremost, and as such, I'm for whoever and whatever benefits humanity as a whole. That's what side I'm on. Okay? Just wanted to let the few listeners out there know, don't come to me trying to politicize and partyize. If you ain't a Democrat, you it is, or if you're a Republican, you are that. I'm an independent. Okay? It's a lot of idiotic stuff going on up at that house and in any other and all parts in between this world that we living in now. Okay? The world is in chaos. From left to right, up, down, north, south, east, west. You take your pick. Okay? So I'm with my man Malcolm X on that. Now, are there any disagreements from the panelists here? I don't think so, because I think we're all in agreement.
None.
None whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? How can you disagree with a man who laid it out so eloquently? Yeah. So that's what side I'm on. Now, our first topic comes to us from a cat named Jamal Elmore in a group I'm in called Sports Global Elite. He posted George Foreman. That's right, Double J, you know him well because you got a couple of them. Probably some you still got in the closet. George Foreman grill. You still got the George Foreman tongs too? No? Double J, are you wearing your mask? Brother Rich, are you wearing your mask? I saw some footage of you out there on COVID California, Brother Rich. You're not wearing your mask? What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? We're trying to get the numbers down.
Yes, sir.
But
Keep going.
yeah. But
you had a really good time on the yacht. You feeling really good. Okay, keep going.
no.
Jay, you hearing this, right? I know you're hearing this over there.
And no.
Oh yeah.
This is what you all bring out of me, okay? Y'all started, I finish it. That's how it's gonna go down today and any other day that we hear. George Foreman listed his top 10. Now, you know I'm not a real big top 10 type of guy, but I've seen a couple here lately that are worth the mention, I think. He listed his top 10 heavyweights. And it don't say of all time or whatever. Well, I'm sorry. Yes, it does. He said George Foreman's top 10 all-time heavyweights. Now, I found it interesting, or maybe it's just me, that he doesn't have himself listed. Because I've seen a couple of other guys that do a list, and they kind of put themselves on there, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. You know, the senior moments do come and go. But do you all find it odd that George has a list, but he himself is not on it? Brother Rich?
No, I think that makes sense. I don't think you should list yourself on a list.
Okay, that's fine.
So I think that the whole point of the list is I think that Jordan don't have to tell us who he is. If he's not on the list, we don't have to have a conversation.
Okay, got you. All right, so that's kind of what I was alluding to. Would you see?
I'll close with saying this. I'll use your language. What? Say it again. What's your favorite saying?
Yeah, what's already understood need not be explained. Yeah, got you. Okay, so here's his list from top to bottom. Number 1 is Joe Louis. Can we all agree on that? Do we think Joe Louis should be number 1 on any list?
I agree with that.
I think so. Yeah, I think so too.
I'm okay with that.
I don't know, but some might argue Jack Johnson. But anyway, I don't know because they got, of course, the records, and if you want me to, I'll mention each fighter's record as well. Joe Louis's overall record was 66-3, no ties or draws or whatever. Number 2 is Rocky Marciano. We okay with that? Double J, Brother Rich?
I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
What'd you say, Double J?
I said hard to argue being undefeated.
Yeah, for sure, especially in his case. You know what I mean? That's when they use 2-ounce gloves. You know what I mean? Might as well just been using the fist. Number 3 is John L. Sullivan. Vaguely familiar with him, I am. But not so much to know that.
Father of the sport.
Okay, got you. Yeah, my grandfather had mentioned him a time or two. And then number 4 is Jack Johnson. All right. Well, I'm sorry. John L. Sullivan's record was 38-1-1. Jack Johnson is at 4. His record is 54-11-7. I think Jack Johnson at 4. Well, let me go through it. Are we okay with so far, with 1 through 4 so far? Okay, good.
Well, I'm going to hold my rebuttal till the end.
Okay, got you. All right. At 5 is Muhammad Ali. 56-5-0. At 6 is Floyd Patterson. 55-8-1. At 7 is Lennox Lewis. At 41-2-1. At 8 is Mike Tyson. At 50-6-0. 9, Evander Holyfield, 44-10-2. And then he's got at number 10, Jack Dempsey, 59-6-9. Go ahead, Double J. What were you going to say?
All right. So here's, there's a few points with this list. The first of which, regarding Rocky, starting right at the top, as much as, again, Detroit guy, Joe Louis, his fist is in the heart of downtown. He's got statues throughout, littered throughout the city. However, if my boxing history tells me anything, is that he actually lost.
Whoa.
Marciano.
Who lost to Marciano? What happens? Whoa, say that again.
Am I wrong in my understanding that Rocky Marciano beat Joe Louis?
Off the top of my head, there was some controversy, if I'm not mistaken. But I thought that was more so with Sugar Ray Robinson and somebody he fought. Yeah, don't give me the line on that. I'm not sure about that, Double J. But I think you're in the ballpark somewhere. So you're saying
Okay.
Marciano should have had a loss? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm saying that in regards to the list, he's behind somebody that he beat.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. Well, again, this is George's list, though. You get what I mean? So I guess we might want to say it's subjective.
Well, that's my critique. One of my critiques to it. Additionally,
yeah,
I'm going to play the what if game. And what if Muhammad Ali had the additional years of his prime not robbed of him?
Oh, it's no question. Then he's at the top.
And
It's no question. And even
because
still, with
of that, I believe his record would have reflected it, of course, because I don't think any human being was capable of taking him out during that quote unquote prime of his career. That again, we unfortunately didn't have the opportunity to see.
Yeah.
So I believe just off of that notion, and more so honing in on what his prime really entailed, you could make a case for him to be higher. And then lastly, I would probably flip two people. I would probably move Lennox Lewis up, and actually these back three, I would move Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, and Evander Holyfield all up at least a spot.
what? Well, you said Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, and Mike Tyson?
I'm saying 7, 8, and 9 need to be 6, 7, and 8 at least.
No. I love Mike Tyson. He was one of my favorites, and Holyfield. And I wasn't really a big fan of Lennox Lewis, but I respected him. But I didn't know where in the world I'm putting him. Let me remind you who's at 4, 5, and 6 on the list. Jack Johnson, Muhammad Ali, and Floyd Patterson. No way in the world. Lennox.
And that's why now remember here, I'm saying you only have to remove one of them to accomplish what I'm referring to.
Okay, but who are you really going to remove Floyd Patterson? Floyd Patterson? You might as well be saying Sugar Ray Robinson darn near. And then, of course, Muhammad Ali. And then you want to talk about, Brother Rich pointed out that Sullivan was the father of modern.
I think we're giving too much credit to Mr. Johnson.
Oh, no way. No way.
Yeah.
No way.
I'm telling you right now.
No.
That's who would slide down. Does he belong in this list? Without a doubt. There's no argument for me. But the pioneer element of it, and being the notion of one of the first greats, is being.
He's giving more credit for that than
more so. That's weighing more on the placement than the actual career is. A lot of these guys that we're looking at here, they didn't duck anybody, clearly.
Well, I don't recall Jack Johnson doing that either.
Decades. Well, no, I'm not saying that, but and again, clearly, the record would again agree with that sentiment.
Yeah.
But I'm talking quality of opponent, etc. That's who again, I would move him towards the tail end of the list, either 9 or 10. I would say 9 personally, and then everybody else will slide up a spot. But that otherwise, again, the issue I have really comes down to 1 and 2. As much as I love Joe Louis, this is where I'm taking. You're going with the head here, not the heart. I could never possibly put somebody in regards to boxing specifically. I can't put you ahead of someone that you beat. Or I'm sorry, behind someone that you beat.
Yeah.
No matter how great they were. Even if you caught them on their worst day, they still have an L because of you.
Yeah, that could be, yeah.
If they're as great as you're saying, it should only speak louder about what caliber you were, regardless of sport.
Well, I never, to your earlier point, I never saw Jack Johnson, of course. But as much as I am a Mike Tyson fan, of the 3, 7, 8, 9, Lennox, Tyson, and Holyfield, if I had to move somebody up to take Jack Johnson's place from that 7, 8, 9, it would be Holyfield. Because Holyfield he took on everybody. He did. I watched him, Riddick Bowe, and the whole, whatever the heavyweight division was during our time, Holyfield took on just about everybody. I'm surprised he got 10 losses, though, and 2 draws. That's interesting. I don't even know who the 10 losses were to be honest with you. I have to go look that up. But he's the only one, based off the eye test, from me having seen him, of course, I would probably slide up the case, and maybe in place of Jack Johnson. But Jack Johnson, man, you got to understand, I don't know, how many rounds were they fighting back then, Brother Rich? 2,300? You know what I'm saying? And again, I mentioned earlier, the gloves.
2,500.
Yeah, the gloves that them guys used, man, we probably was bare knuckle. I'm giving any dude any guy who had to fight during the time where, it was basically bare knuckle. He got to get an advantage, man. And it was 15 rounds at least. It was 15 rounds in the day of Ali. These guys can barely go 12 nowadays. Just like but again,
Jay, that's the point I'm making here is that the number 1 on his list got knocked out in that same era by the number 2 that is undefeated.
Well, I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that one just yet. I'm talking about who you saying. You said Jack Johnson would have to slide down, and you'd slide one of the 7, 8, or 9 guys up. I was addressing that first. I'm saying I don't know. Jack Johnson fought in an era where at number 4, I don't know. I don't know if it would be hard for me to move him out of 4. As much as I like Mike Tyson and Holyfield and respected Lennox Lewis. But as far as the Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano thing, I don't know. I didn't get to see either one of them. I seen footage, and I listened to my grandfather talk, and my grandfather was one of them folk, man, he loved boxing. And he talked just as favorably about Marciano as he did Marciano, and Marciano as he did Lewis, despite records. You know what I mean? So I don't.
Brother Rich, something I do want to point out here. Our gracious.
What's that, Double J?
When it comes to Jack Johnson specifically, you have to remember his nickname, of course, is the Galveston Giant. There's Texas roots to this.
Oh boy.
Fact.
Oh,
that is a
gosh.
fact. That is a fact, Double J. There are Texas roots here. Texas is in play.
What that got to do? Okay, well, listen. Oh, so because it's Texas, you want to move him. That's why you want to move him down? Double J? That's called prejudice. No, you didn't. You said you want to move him down and put Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, and Holyfield up. Get out of here. Cut it.
I'm saying.
Yeah, got you. Mm-hmm. This is strictly boxing.
100%.
This is strictly boxing.
He's a Texas guy.
Wow. How long did it take for you to dig that up?
Continue to help him out.
How long did it take for you to dig that up, huh? You saw that he's not a Cleveland guy on the list? I don't know.
Oh, hey, look, just because you were on vacation, we weren't here. We were still working at the shop report.
That's a fact.
That's lies. That's all lies. Lies. Please, I've seen footage. Okay, some folks walking their little Pomeranians at the Mamba Institute without a shop report shirt on. Yeah, lies. Yeah, and other people was sipping Mai Tais in the back of a drop top. You know what I'm saying, on Pennsylvania Drop Top Avenue. Stop it. Working. That's what you call work? Save it. Yeah, right. Yeah. But yeah, I think the list is a pretty good one, actually. And where everybody's listed, you know, I really couldn't make the case for or against somebody really going up or down or whatnot. Like I said, that Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano thing, that 1 and 2, I mean, you could probably say 1 and 1A to tell you the truth, because both guys were definitely consummate professionals during their time and will live on forever, you know, as long as boxing is boxing. I tell you what, I wish we could see them type of fighters nowadays, and tell you the truth. Yeah, you think? Yeah, got you. If you're up and around, you're out and about, you want to give us a shout, give us a call here at area code 267-687-0026. Once again, that number to call is area code 267-687-0026. All right, let us move on, or moving right along, I should say, into our next topic. Double J, I tagged you in this on Facebook. This, too, also comes from Sports Global Elite, a group here on Facebook with probably over 100,000 members or whatnot. Some in the media, some in the NFL, NBA, so on and so forth. It's a very, very good group, actually. They took a snapshot or caption of the TV screen. I guess they were watching Get Up or whatever the case may be. Mike Greenberg is on. Is he still on Get Up now? Because I don't watch it anymore, to be honest with you. Is he on Get Up, Get Down, get all the way around, put your left foot in, put your right foot out, hokey pokey? Okay, he on Pokemon, Power Rangers. What is he doing? What is he? And you know, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I think it's foul for.
Some of us get up early these days still.
What?
We don't get to sleep in like.
Wow, really, Double J? That's where you going with that? Okay, got you, definitely. Cut me. ESPN, they did Golick wrong, man. They did Golick wrong. But I'm not surprised that Golick and Wingo didn't last long, man.
Jay, what happened in that relationship? I just knew that they broke up. What happened with it?
Listen, from what I'm hearing or had heard, and from my vantage point, having been done this with a host, co-host, or been a co-host, been the lead host before of programs and shows and so on and so forth. Now, I'm not saying this like I was there, because I was not, okay? Remember, I talked to you all about the dynamic. You can have all the bells and whistles to doing this. But like with any business, the one key element for that business's success is personality. When it was Mike and Mike, the personalities just went together, and the dynamic was unbreakable. But from my understanding, and I thought Golick was a good sport about it, to tell you the truth, he kind of got a little tired, from my understanding of, but he didn't want to break it up or nothing like that. Greenberg would take shots at him intellectually. You get what I'm saying? It could kind of, if you watch the show when it was Mike and Mike, you know, it was when it would be, Greeny didn't hesitate to or miss opportunity to point out how intelligent he was versus how unintelligent Golick wasn't, if that makes any sense. But would try to do so in a playful way or whatnot.
Yeah, but Jay, you got to remember that was their dynamic. Is that, hey, look, you was the brains and Golick was the brawn.
Listen. I don't.
Now you disagree. You think it was personal?
No.
No. With both of those guys in Disney, when they had one of their anniversaries out there, it had to have been almost a decade ago, and you know, again, both families seemed almost interwoven.
Right, they were.
Remember, they had worked with each other for so long.
Right, one family knew the other family's kids. I'm telling you, that brawn was part of the dynamic. I get it. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what made it work. What I'm saying to you is Greeny went too far with it at times. It got a little tiresome to him, okay? It was like
it got old.
It got old. Right, it kind of got old. This, I'm the dumb guy, so to speak.
Golic, I can't tell you I ever knew of the show. I know of the show, but I didn't watch it. But I imagine that what happened, Golic got tired of being a dumb jock all the time. So I'm playing off dumb jock.
Yeah.
As always happens, somebody gets tired of playing their role, It happens after a while. You get tired of playing, depending on the role you're playing. I imagine he would have gotten tired of playing the dumb jock after a while.
And
he would have.
And you know why, though? Because it started to become the theme for the show, so to speak. You get what I'm saying? In other words, it's one thing, like when we do it here, we banter, and even with the Cowboy stuff, I don't mind none of that kind of stuff or whatever it is. I'm cool. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I ain't saying Golic wasn't or what is or not.
Especially because it's true.
Yes, stop it. If anything, it's not true. What is true, again, you was at the Mamba Academy without the shop report shirt on, without your shirt on since you was working. Gotcha. Yeah, you was working the pooper scooper. But anyway, the thing is, it got to the point where it was almost like if they didn't, they couldn't put together a show without that had to be in it. And it became unorganic then. You understand what I'm saying? This, to me, is still organic. I don't have a problem with it or whatnot because, I got some comeback for y'all no matter how long. We on this for 35 years. Y'all run the Cowboy thing in the ground. I'm going to still come back. It don't even make me no never mind. You know what I'm saying?
Cowboys still won't be in the playoffs. But...
Yeah, well, neither will.
That's a fact.
Yeah, well, when the Browns get there, come holler at me. But anyway, I bet you the Miami Hurricanes be in the playoffs before the Browns will. Anyway, you sound like a doggone Ohio State fan. Yeah, that's what that sounded like. Wait till I holler.
Vile, repulsive hatred.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, listen who's talking. The guy who didn't have his job shirt on, but it was working. But yeah, man, so at the end of the day, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Poopy, scoopy. You know what I mean?
I promise you, I'll have.
Save it. Save it.
Picture, sir. I want the proper picture.
Yeah, right. Well, man, you better be glad I highlight my boy Mamba. May he rest in peace. No, he was salty. He was like, what? What? Man, that's why the front doors was locked when you got there. Anywho, yeah, I ain't lied. I lied for you before I went to you. But anyway, yeah, so, but now Greenberg is back on ESPN or whatnot. They going through some things over there. So I suggest y'all get your popcorn and we'll see where this really goes. But anyway, getting back to the subject here at hand. Alex Crawford, he's an admin for the Sports Global Elite Group, and he put out he took a screenshot of one of the questions that came up when Greenberg was on the ESPN, and that's why I asked, was he on Get Up or whatnot, because it usually has Get Up at the head of this thing, but I don't see it here. But anyway, Greenberg asked this question, and these guys, we went back and forth for quite a while. The the thread went on forever. Some guys say yay, some guys say nay. But the question was, Greenberg asked, if DeShaun Watson played for the Chiefs, would he fare, or would the team fare just the same as they did or as they do with Patrick Mahomes? Double J, what say you? I say yes, but I'll digress and give my explanation after you and Brother Rich weigh in.
I'm going to say no.
Of course.
Do I believe DeShaun Watson would be more successful? Yes. Do I believe they would still be in playoff contention? Absolutely. Again, if you look at DeShaun Watson's skill set, it is eerily reminiscent of a mainstay for the offense and his head coach, which is Andy Reid, with Donovan McNabb specifically.
Okay, let me stop you right there. That's where I was going with it. Are you telling me from a skill set position, do you think that Donovan McNabb, with all due respect to Donovan, do you think that DeShaun Watson's skill set is not greater than Donovan McNabb's?
No, because he's yet to prove that.
What?
At the NFL level.
Hold it. Oh, no. No. You want me? How many no's you want here? Are you serious? Go look at how many times DeShaun Watson has been on. He was probably the most sacked quarterback next to Cam Newton in the last 5 years. And still,
how was Donovan McNabb when he was in Philly and with Washington? Where was his sack numbers at?
I tell you what, I don't know, but I will put anything on it that he wasn't sacked not nearly as much in 3 seasons as DeShaun Watson was sacked in 1. And not to mention, we were always.
Well, you're going to have to look that up then.
Okay, well.
Okay,
well.
Donovan McNabb's best year came when he had a potential Hall of Fame receiver with T.O.
What you mean potential?
And
T.O. was a Hall of Fame receiver when he was in San Francisco.
Had Hopkins. Come on. That was his best receiver throughout his entire career.
Yeah.
He again, no different than any other great quarterback where you can add the value of the receivers by just simply putting the ball where it needs to be. And as long as they don't have clubs or bricks for hands, they're gonna haul it in. And so that's why they went to the Super Bowl that year. That was the one key addition. There's no surprise they did what they did upon getting him some legitimate help. Additionally, in DeShaun Watson's case, he had DeAndre Hopkins.
And who else?
A Hall of Fame receiver.
And who else? Because if I'm not mistaken, who was the running back? Wasn't Deuce Staley the running back for the? Huh?
Look at Mahomes. Mahomes has Tyreek Hill, and again, you have Sammy Watkins on the back end of his career. He was one stop away. That was his last stop before he was out of the league.
And he has Travis Kelce.
Ohio State. I'm sorry. Those are not great or elite receivers.
Who's not?
Back.
In comparison, you're telling me right now, if you had the choice between Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, or DeAndre Hopkins, which one do you want?
Of course I want. Hold. See, no. So you're trying to make this a wide receiver comparison. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm asking you, we asking you, with DeShaun Watson in Andy Reid's offense, a DeShaun Watson who was on his back 9 times out of 8 for darn near every drop back. And matter of fact, if that's the case, that makes it even more. That makes it even more the case that DeShaun Watson could do exactly. Now, I'm not saying that he would have did it to the same flair as Mahomes, but absolutely he could have won a Super Bowl in Andy Reid's offense. He got way more to bring to the table from his skill set at that position than Donovan McNabb. And aside from Hopkins, who else was a threat for the Texans offensively? We watched DeShaun Watson put the Texans on his back. Now, they didn't win, but he kept answering the bell. Almost to the tune of like a McNair, if lightweight, if you really want to, drop another name off in there. Are you serious? Hopkins was a dog, no question. Hopkins is probably first ballot Hall of Famer, all that other good stuff and all that kind of stuff. But what I'm saying to you is, even though Mahomes may not have had a Hopkins, technically he had a Kelce. Who was better at his position in the NFL than Travis Kelce? Don't say Kittle.
Jay, can I weigh in on this?
Yeah,
Jay,
go.
Can I weigh in on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Support Double J, and here's my thing.
Oh,
Here's
boy.
my thing.
So wait. Are you saying DeShaun Watson
Why
couldn't do it?
No. I'm not saying that he couldn't. Here's what I'm saying to you, though. Again, I'm asking you, pull the tape on the shop report where we said on this show, and I believe Double J will agree with me on this point, that the Kansas City Chiefs would win the Super Bowl. And that the primary reason they were going to win the Super Bowl was not because of no DeShaun Watson or no DeShaun Jackson. It was because they had a young quarterback that nobody had ever seen anything like him before. And his name was not DeShaun Watson. It is no comparison in terms of what they are, in terms of what they present. Is he gifted? Is DeShaun Watson gifted? Absolutely. We're not here to debate that he could win and he could. But this gentleman is setting up. They're debating right now whether this gentleman could potentially be the GOAT, whether he could rival the kind of ring ceremony that Tom Brady has seen, whether or not this streak will continue. Can they keep this team together? This is a young man who the team has invested their money, who they didn't pay people prior to this, and they've invested almost $500 million in future contract commitments to a young man who the entire football league, everybody across the spectrum is saying this is the next it person. Now, we're not debating whether or not DeShaun Watson is special, Jackson, but what we're saying is this young man is among the special, among the elite. He's a little different than them. Just even more, he goes a little further with his gifts and talents. Perhaps it's because of his size, his natural ability, his, maybe it's a lot of different things. The way he was raised, all the different things, the systems he played in, how he came up as a player, whatever it is that he's attributed to that fact that young man, when you saw him, you knew that guy right there is special. That's what we're talking about. No. DeShaun Watson is not that guy right there. That's not my
argument. That's not my argument.
Again, see, Brother Rich, I haven't even pointed that out about if Patrick Mahomes wanted to retire today, it would be very difficult. It would be more difficult to make the case against him not being a Hall of Famer than him being in the Hall of Fame in 3 seasons. That's unheard of. When have you ever said that about anyone in any – maybe, again, other than – you couldn't even have said that about Jordan between 84 and 87.
But this is not a player comparison.
Not even
This is not a player comparison.
You couldn't have said that about him.
This is not a player comparison. I'm not comparing DeShaun Watson to Patrick Mahomes. Don't change the narrative.
Yes, we are, because
we're not.
Here's what we're saying by the nature of the question. We are. Yes, we are, because we're saying if I replace this piece with that piece, could that piece work as well as no? Because an element of that piece is the individual himself and the skill set he brings, where in that moment we watch Patrick Mahomes do in an instant things that are not written on a playbook. They're instinctively done by a quarterback that sees and knows what he's looking at, so he knows where he's dropping back. The kind of throws this young man makes off of his feet, off of his back feet,
yes,
off of his side feet, off of his
okay, but let me add.
Doing things that you say, wait a minute.
Listen, I'm not saying that DeShaun Watson can throw passes behind his back. What I'm saying is, would the Chiefs fare maybe not the same level of? Like, if, for instance, if the Chiefs was number one in offense, total offense, whatever, we already know.
We're saying resoundingly no. We're saying no matter how you frame the question, the answer is
please, because if you're a defensive coordinator, and you're going up against the Chiefs, who are you not fearful of? You ain't got to be Hopkins. You ain't got to be Julio Jones. You ain't got to be Calvin Johnson. What defensive coordinator is not fearful, whether it's Mahomes or not, of everything that Mahomes had around him? Who do you stop? Everybody in that offense, and Mahomes was the icing and the sprinkles on the cake, baby. Guaranteed. Nobody's taking that from him. But
absolutely not. You cannot tank and
who are you taking away in that offense? If you're a defensive coordinator, who are you taking away in that offense?
Here's the thing, and this is why I'm going to come back to McNabb. McNabb was with Reid for a long time, and he got sacked more than 40 times, at least 3 times over a 7-year span, and yet still managed to put up 37,000 passing yards. DeShaun Watson, with a Hall of Fame receiver, is not on pace for that.
Who else did McNabb have around him? Because his best
year was absolutely with T.O. At least success wise.
And what do we do? See, that's just it. What do we deem to be successful?
He had 31 touchdowns. That was his career high the year that they went to the Super Bowl.
Oh, wow. Really?
That he had
wow.
T.O.
I seen Peyton Manning.
This is my point, that what Mahomes is doing with exactly the same offense and arguably the same pieces without that quote-unquote truly elite receiver, because Tyreek Hill really is what he's shorter than all of us.
What his height got to do with his effectiveness? You can't stop the guy.
The ball where it needs to be.
Now stop it. Listen, I
You
do.
can stop
No. We are not going to take away from what Tyreek Hill does on the football field because he ain't 6'5". Tyreek Hill is a threat on the foot. Now, you want to say Sammy Watkins? I'll give you that. But Tyreek Hill? Man, come on, man. Let the Chiefs miss some couple games without Tyreek Hill. I ain't saying they still can't win, but you'll notice that he's not there because he's 5'9" or 5'10" or whatever. That has nothing to do with. Trust me, you ain't gonna leave him alone, leave him unguarded. Because he's 5'9", 5'8", because he ain't 6'5", he a bum or something, or he just all right. No, Tyreek Hill is much better than all right. Now might not be DeShaun Hopkins because Hopkins did with DeShaun Watson. Have how many passes caught without a drop? 115. So I get it.
Well, you tell me this, Jay. Why did this elite tight end that you're referring to? Why did his production double when you inserted Patrick Mahomes?
Because Patrick Mahomes, again, this is not a player comparison. Patrick Mahomes is up here, first tier, and DeShaun Watson and a couple of other guys you might want to name is second tier. That's not what I'm arguing here. I'm not
been better off saying Lamar Jackson.
Oh, stop it. Why? And Lamar Jackson is not the passer that DeShaun Watson is. Man, Lamar Jackson is not the passer that DeShaun Watson is. Man, how many teams?
Plus,
when it comes to tight end.
Go ahead. What you going to say, Brother Rich? Because I guarantee you it's a whole bunch of teams in the draft that DeShaun Watson came out in that regret not taking DeShaun Watson.
I'm agreeing with Double J on this because what Double J is trying to get you to see, and we're trying to get you to see, is DeShaun Watson compared to Patrick Mahomes. DeShaun Watson is on the next level down from Patrick Mahomes.
I just said that. I just said Patrick Mahomes is first tier. I said DeShaun Watson is second tier. I made that clear from the jump. Hello?
Okay.
So
then if you understand that, then how are we having this conversation? That this
because
young man will deliver the same package of goods in the same kind of situations, under the same circumstances, with the same assemblage of talent around him. That's an impossibility mathematically in and of itself.
No. Put DeShaun Watson in that Chiefs offense, they still win a Super Bowl.
Here's what I'm talking about. Let me give you a specific circumstance I'm talking about. In circumstances where we talk about DeShaun, where Patrick Mahomes is able to make incredible throws, where it's Sports Center highlight, top 10, where everybody says, how did he do that? Now, DeShaun Watson is not physically able to do that, but at the time that Patrick Mahomes did that for his team, it was and is at a crucial moment where if he doesn't do this, they are not who we know them to be today because the play doesn't work. It breaks down as 3-11 or it's 4th and 9 as opposed to 3-1, and you got a problem here. So we are talking about an individual who brings a particular and peculiar skill set to the field of play that enables him to do things that everybody just can't walk up there and say, just because I'm a quarterback and I can run fast and I got athletic ability, I can do that. No, everybody can't do what he does.
Hey, I tell you this. I tell you this.
Kansas City Chiefs would not be the same without that player. They would not be, and that's why they're trying to lock him up for 25,000 years, because they know that they want to have him for the rest of his career.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And my contention is if you put DeShaun Watson in that offense, the Chiefs still would have won a Super Bowl. Okay, listen, y'all, I'm not doing a player comparison. All I'm saying is when I see the question, the way it's asked by Greenberg really is open-ended. It's lightweight loaded. See what I'm saying? That's what it really is. See what I mean? It's lightweight, ambiguous to a certain degree. Yeah, because you could fill in. And
it's there to slander Mahomes.
Listen, no. No, it's not. No, it's not to slander Mahomes. No.
I don't care.
No. You can't slander Mahomes. I don't care who's asking the question. You can't slander Mahomes even if you tried. You can't slander Mahomes. Anybody who would even attempt to try to even do that is an idiot.
Making that comparison, Jay, you really are slandering Mahomes.
I'm saying that
This
Deshaun.
is very much, Jay, the same concept of Brady versus Belichick.
No, it's not.
The system.
I was not saying it was the system. I said it's a combination of both. I said it's a combination.
Jay, but that's what we're trying to say. So how you don't, because Jay, how can you say it's not a system when we're telling you the question is about players? It's about if we take this player and put him in this team, could they do that? Well, then what you're saying is all that we're replacing is one player. What player are we replacing? Two quarterbacks. We're telling you
I was more specific.
That we will not resist the argument that no, they would not be the same team and they would not be the team that's being favored to repeat. And is this guy going to set all these records? No.
No, he's not. I never said. I'm not saying Deshaun Watson would have 50 touchdowns in the season. I'm not saying he'd have 50,000 yards in the season. See, when I first said the question, so y'all missed that part. I was very specific. I read the question that Greenberg asked. Then what I put in was very specific. I said he could not probably do it to the level that Mahomes is because Mahomes is totally different. I said, but in that offense, he could still win a Super Bowl. Whether you win a Super Bowl pretty or whether you win one with Jeff Hostetler, just win, baby. Al Davis. And I'm saying that right now. Yes, with Deshaun Watson, the Chiefs could have still won a Super Bowl. Now, they might not have won games 54-48 or 61-49. You know what I'm saying? It might have been some 28-17s up in there, but that's why I was very specific. I read Greenberg's question, then I specified my take on the question. Then you all went and made it a player comparison. I would not could not call myself a purist, and by no means say, hold it, no. I'm not saying that comparing Mahomes to Watson.
I want to hear this again from you. Give me the reasons. You can go. Give me the 5 reasons why they would still be there.
That offense and Deshaun Watson. Because guess what? I know off the rip, at the end of the day, when Deshaun Watson didn't get drafted.
What is it about the offense? Is it a particular player? Is it the style of play? What is it?
You asking for me?
Yeah, you said
because it's an offense design. It's an offense design. It's an offense. It's the offense designed to make a defense have to defend the entire field, north, south, east, and west.
Now, let me ask you, Jay, that offense has been around for over 20 years, and it has never won a Super Bowl until this year. Why would it be different with Deshaun Watson?
I didn't say it would be different. I said in that offense, Deshaun Watson could win a Super Bowl. I just said he probably couldn't do it to the tune that Mahomes and them did it. It wouldn't be the greatest show on turf like it is with Mahomes, or the greatest show on the gridiron like it is with Mahomes. I took Greenberg's question and I tweaked it.
That Mahomes, they didn't run away with the conference.
They didn't have
to win that game.
They didn't have to win
that back and forth with the Rams.
Listen, they didn't have to win. They didn't have to win the conference.
That impacted playoff seeding. Do you believe Deshaun Watson would have won that same caliber of game?
I believe that in that offense, Deshaun Watson would have won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs. If he had won what caliber game or that caliber game, see, I'm not splitting hairs. I'm just saying, based off of reading Greeny's question, which was ambiguous, I put a specificity on it. And again, I specified even more. By no means am I saying that Deshaun Watson is Patrick Mahomes. Let's make that clear. But what I am saying is Deshaun Watson, all the teams that passed on him in the draft regretted it. Now tell me I'm lying.
Oh, absolute fact.
Okay. So because
why is DeShaun Watson regressing?
Because he keep having to get up off because he's playing in the NFL.
That's what we're trying to tell you. That's exactly what we're trying to tell you.
But I don't think he's regressing.
He's one good hit away from literally being over for him. Michael Vick kind of thing. Because that's exactly.
Hey, listen. Let me tell you. Okay. Let me say this. Let me say this to you. Since you all want to throw that out there, let me throw one out here for you too. The Cleveland Browns had drafted Cam Irving from Maryland, who looked like trash on our offensive line. Went over to Kansas City and made the Pro Bowl. If the Chiefs can make Cam Irving become a Pro Bowler, I guarantee you DeShaun Watson in their offense could win a Super Bowl. Guarantee it.
Come on, how many? The list could go on for days of former Lions that went to New England and et cetera.
We're not talking about New England. We're not talking about New England. We're talking about Kansas City. We're talking about Cam Irving was.
I'm not going to allow you to slander the Browns.
I'm not slandering.
And I learned from him. I learned from you all in that same barbershop that this program is named after. I learned from you all how many people have left Cleveland Indians, Cleveland Browns, Cleveland Cavaliers, Cleveland.
Yes, exactly.
What's the college?
Exactly.
Left everything in Cleveland, the Cleveland high school.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So again, no matter how many people in Cleveland who Cleveland gave up on that went elsewhere and shined, in the case of Cam Irving and Kansas City, because that's who we're talking about. We're not talking about New England. We're not talking about Miami, the Dolphins. We're not talking about the San Diego Chargers. We're talking about Kansas City. Cam Irving was on the verge of being a bust in Cleveland. He went to Kansas City and became a Pro Bowler, if I'm not mistaken.
Played next to who, Jay?
I don't care who he played next to. What I'm saying to you is DeShaun Watson ain't nowhere near where Cam Irving wasn't supposed to be. I'm talking about Kansas City. Period. We're not changing the narrative here. We're not talking about.
That's my point, Jay.
We're not talking about sprinkles and daffodils.
That's the point I'm making here. Let's not act like Mahomes didn't get sacked, because again, and we'll go off of.
Man, sacking Patrick Mahomes is like trying to catch a jackrabbit.
26 times.
Man, sacking Patrick Mahomes is like trying to catch a jackrabbit.
20s.
Are you what?
Your DeShaun Watson was sacked 22 times less year over year.
Over how many years?
Regret in his overall
over how many years?
No. I'm saying between 2018 and 2019. Remember, you said, "Oh, he's always on his backside. That's why he's not as we're not seeing as good as he could be."
Hey, and when you keep him upright, what type of?
2018, he put up over 4,000 yards.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Would you want him on your team?
He was sacked 44 times.
That's a lot. Would you want him on your team? Would you want him on your team?
As I stated before, it's not very different than Donovan McNabb, who again was sacked, 43 times, 44 times, always in the mid-30s, at least 32, 45 times in year 2000, 39 times in 2001. And guess what? McNabb is putting up similar numbers in the same offense. That is DeShaun Watson, McNabb reincarnated. If you move him over to Kansas City, they do not get the same result.
Hey, and with McNabb and Andy Reid's offense, they went to a Super Bowl. Yes, unfortunately, they lost 24-21 to the doggone Patriots. But if you go back and look at that game, they should have won that game. Since we being particular.
I'm not going to argue that.
Okay, then. So I go back to my point. You put DeShaun Watson in that offense, and they can win a Super Bowl. Because with McNabb, they were on the brink of it. With Patrick Mahomes, they exceeded it.
But, Jay.
No buts.
Is John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson.
Oh, my gosh.
Are they resting on their laurels here?
I have no idea.
That they almost made it to a Super Bowl?
I have no idea.
No. The answer is no, Jay.
Okay, so they're not resting on their laurels. Again, No matter what you all say, it does not change. I'm saying to you.
Was the Houston quarterback?
What?
Would they trade? Would they pay DeShaun Watson $500 million?
Well, I don't know. That's a what if. See that you going? That's 100. That's 100 light years away from what the question was.
You wouldn't. I wouldn't. Brother Rich wouldn't. The Cleveland Browns wouldn't. I'm sorry.
And Jay, if you can,
what difference do it make how much money you were paying? What they got to do with? Hold on. We're not going to slight DeShaun Watson because you wouldn't pay him $500 million. We're not going to slight DeShaun Watson. That's still whether you were paying $500 million or not has nothing to do with whether or not if in that offense he could win a Super Bowl with the Chiefs.
And he can't, Jay.
He could.
He
could. He could. He could win a Super Bowl in that offense. Ask all the teams that passed him up. Yeah. All the teams that regret passing on him. Act like the dude was trash at Clemson or something, man. DeShaun Watson was the best player in college football when he was with Clemson. It took a DeShaun Watson.
And who's arguing? Are we arguing?
Who did he throw to?
Who's arguing?
I don't care who he threw to, but
no, hang on, brother Rich. No. You know who he threw to.
He threw to Sammy Watkins, I guess. I don't know Hopkins. I don't know whoever he was. But the point is, them guys don't throw the ball and catch it. Nah, act like DeShaun Watson wasn't the difference in that game in that championship season. Cause you ain't win. You now, and who they beat to get there, and who they beat to win it. You ain't beating it with a lesser guy. You ain't winning it. Believe me when I tell you, you're not winning it. Before anybody even knew who Patrick Mahomes was, and again, this ain't no player comparison. DeShaun Watson was coming off the tongues of everybody's lips. You gonna. That's why I said, was there any regret not picking him? Who didn't want DeShaun Watson on their team the year he came out? Who didn't think DeShaun Watson was?
Again, here's what you. But Jay, here's what you're arguing. We're not. I don't think Double J is. I certainly am not. No listener here is arguing against DeShaun Watson. Here's what we were asked as a question of the panel: could and would the Kansas City Chiefs be the same team, and could they win a title if we replace this quarterback? We're not talking about a system quarterback.
Okay.
If you replace a particular quarterback with a particular quarterback. The question was if we replace Patrick Mahomes with DeShaun Watson. That's what you asked us to consider.
Mm-hmm.
In considering that, we're telling you again in a resounding manner that we believe that Patrick Mahomes presents a unique skill set that made that team a particular favorite, and this is why that team has decided we will throw $500 million, something no football team does. The Dallas Cowboys certainly, don't do it.
Wow, really? Really?
Don't do it.
Really?
No team does.
Hold it, Brother Rich. You got to wait for Double J. He got to pipe in with his kettle reference.
Patriots did not do this for Tom Brady.
Well, Bill Belichick don't do that anyway.
Packers did not do this for Aaron Rodgers.
Bill Belichick don't do that anyway.
So another team that did this.
That ain't saying nothing. Bill Belichick is known for not paying people. Okay, so that ain't really saying much.
People. Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
Why did it change? Because Kansas City's known for not paying people. So
I don't know.
What did everybody see in this guy? Why everybody saying that about him?
Because Patrick Mahomes, what they see in him the same thing I see in him. So I don't know where you're going with this. Double J, you sure you don't want to pipe in with your kettlebell reference? Something about that. You doing push-ups or something like that? Olivia Newton-John, let's get physical. Physical. I didn't know it was your Grease. Grease is the word. What happened?
The reality of it is, unfortunately, DeShaun Watson is not. Look, you're watching for one of the first time, and you're watching what Andrew Luck was supposed to be.
What?
You're watching a five-tool player.
Fact.
Literally. When have you seen a quarterback in the NFL throw a no-look pass?
Fact.
Arguably.
Whoa. Who is what? Hold on. Who is what Andrew Luck was supposed to be? What guy are you talking about specifically? Who you just said?
No, I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes. Is a generational quarterback. He is somebody that will be the measuring stick for the next 25 years.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fair. I can't argue that. So what is DeShaun Watson in? Liver and onions?
But this to Brother Rich's point, this is what I want to make very
clear.
Please.
Please. Brother Rich's point, the Double J's point. Y'all making a whole lot of points, but y'all ain't pointing to nowhere.
Said, can we swap out Tom Brady for whomever, and we'll yield the same result? That was unheard of, and probably would have gotten someone, arguably a passionate fan, slapped in the mouth. The same goes, as Brother Rich pointed out, you never heard that about Aaron Rodgers. You don't ever hear that about elite quarterbacks. My question is, why is this a question? What has Mahomes not done that would make someone feel that this offense is a revolving door?
Well, I can't speak for Mike Greenberg. I brought up the question because I thought it was a good one, although I knew it was an ambiguous one. But I put my own salt and pepper on it.
Dig deeper into that, Jay.
I don't need to dig deeper into that because listen, I can't dig into Greenberg's mind. All I can do is take it, lay it out in front, and then put my own seasoning on it. That's all I did. I just simply stated that no, by no means to the tune of, do I think DeShaun Watson could. But I do think in that offense he could have won a Super Bowl. Now, you might have had some 10-9s, some 13-10s, some 21-14s. You know, it would not have been eye-popping Cirque du Soleil on any given day. Absolutely not. It would have been some woo. But yeah, because Andy Reid done been to the bowl 3 times. Wait, did I say 3 times? 2 times with that offense. Or is it 3 times? I don't know. I digress. The senior moments are starting to kick in. Thanks to my 2 co-hosts right here. Thing 1 and thing 2. Twice. Won, and damn should have won the first one. Absolutely. I could put DeShaun Watson. If Andy Reid could get to the Super Bowl with Donovan McNabb and Terrell Owens and Deuce Staley, and if I'm not mistaken, was LaShawn McCoy on that squad too? I have to check that out.
And not win. And not win. Make sure you tell the audience.
Yeah, okay, everybody knew he didn't win, but listen, but once
all that greatness, he never won.
Now who said greatness? Nah, nobody. No, stop. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, got you. Yeah, and guess where that's going? That what you just said. Guess where that's going right there? In the toilet. Like I said, they got there to a Super Bowl. And if you go back and watch that game, you had to wonder how come they didn't win the thing. They was right there. Yes. To be able to get there with a McNabb and then get over the top by leaps and bounds with a Mahomes, give me Watson in the middle. Yeah, I'll take my chances. The number to call if you're up and around, you're out and about, you want to give us a shout is area code 267-687-0026. Once again, that number to call is area code 267-687-0026. I hope for the listeners out there, y'all understand that Jay is back, baby. I'm cracking heads today. Brother Richard is bleeding. Double J is bleeding. And I will not send them Band-Aids, nor a tourniquet. Okay, the last topic for the show today. You know what I'm saying? Once again, comes to us from, don't be over there sniggering. from Facebook, right? Double J, did I tag you in the points per game?
You did?
Did I? I meant to tag Brother Richard. Probably was walking his Yorkie. Okay. So, as always,
I thought it was a Pomeranian. Make up your mind.
it's a Pomeranian Yorkie. Okay, so first, yeah, I did tag you, Double J. I don't know who Ronnie 2K is. That must be who is Ronnie 2K? Double J. Somebody you know? You went to
responsible for overseeing the video game.
got
NBA 2K.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, shout out to Ronnie 2K and David 3K, whoever they may be. Anyway, there was a list put up, and once again, it's a top 10 list. But this one I found rather interesting because it's a top 10 all-time points per game average in a season in college basketball. Now, let me give you the names on the list. Some you're familiar with, some you're not. And if you think that somebody should be on here, let's please, by all means, throw their name in the hat or in the pot. And if you got a problem with some folks on the list, let me know that as well. What I found impressive, and I'll give you the names, of course, and the numbers to go along with. Number 1, 2, and 3 on this top 10 list is my man Pete Maravich. Now, don't get me to I can't see the years here, Double J. Wait a minute. I think this was 69 to 70. Pete averaged 44.5 a game. This is for a single season now. Then 68 to 69, 44.2. Yeah, and then 67 to 68, 43.8. That's Pete Maravich on the list. He's the top 3 guys on the list. Since we all into PPG, Brother Rich, what say you right quick before I go to anybody else? About Pistol.
I have no problem with that at all. None at all. None at all.
Yeah, I mean, Pistol Pete was a scoring machine.
He was a once in a generational player.
Number 4 is Frank Selvey. I think who's that? Is that Fordham? Foreman or Fordham? The F for that. He had 41.7. Yeah.
Fordham.
Yeah. At 5 is Johnny Newman, 40.1 for a season. At 6 is Freeman Williams. I don't even know what school that is. PS. I don't even know what PS is. He did it for a season, 38.8. And then tied for 6 was Billy McGill. He did it too, 38.8. And then at 8, Calvin Murphy. Looks like Northern University here, 38.2. And then my man, this guy, he's on the list twice. All right, which I thought was impressive because seeing how Pete is on the first 3, this dude is on the list twice at number 9 and 10. A lot of folks don't know this dude was a scoring machine. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't he go to Purdue? Mr. Austin Carr? No, Notre Dame. My bad. He went to Notre Dame. Austin Carr, but he played for the Cavs. In 69-70, he averaged.
Very funny.
He averaged 38.1. I mean, I do my best. And in 70-71, he averaged 38.0. So, is there anybody on that list, Brother Rich, that you would take off? Are you impressed with that list or not?
I'm impressed with the list. I think that Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas? Ooh, wee.
Without a doubt. For the time that Isaiah Thomas played, and here's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about number-wise. I'm talking about for what Isaiah Thomas did. Because we're talking about college and what he did for Indiana and what he did for that program and what that team was able to accomplish. I think that he was one of the best point guards of all time in college. Absolutely, without a doubt.
So
and his career at Indiana, and remember now what we found out about Bobby Knight, what those players withstood, what Isaiah had to deal with, that was a tremendous showing. His career at Indiana. This is how a lot of us, I came to know of Isaiah Thomas, of course, being into basketball all my life. I came to know of him as a college basketball player. I didn't know of him as Chicago high school standout. But playing for Indiana and what he did, playing for Bobby Knight, and playing his career there was tremendous. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, as a player, I'm in agreement with you, but I don't know about points per game in a single season. That's really what the list is. But I'm with you on that, though. If anybody could be on here, because I don't know what Isaiah's.
No. But again, I was. That's why I made clear. I'm not talking about from a number.
Yeah.
We're dealing with the numbers. That's why I say I have no problem with the numbers.
Yeah, got you.
From a player perspective, Isaiah Thomas, to me, if I'm talking about the best point guard of all time in college, he's always going to be mentioned with me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah, Zeke was cold. Because, as a matter of fact, no, that Indiana team wasn't undefeated with him on it, was it? Were they undefeated with him on there? Oh, I had to look that up, man.
If they
I remember
were,
we were but they were very close.
If they were, it was
Very
what?
close.
What, Double J?
I want to say they lost to Purdue.
Oh, imagine that.
Memory serves me correct.
Oh, yeah, now your memory's working.
Believe me, that's
Yeah.
one that I drink in.
Yeah, now your memory's working. Now, funny how your memory seems to work, you know what I'm saying, at particular times throughout a season.
Almost like yours worked for the Cowboys.
I couldn't tell you. Have no recollection. None whatsoever. Yeah, I plead the fifth.
Thrived once they left Cleveland, coincidentally.
What? Hey, let me tell you something, man. Hey, let me tell you something. Let me correct you right now. Okay? Now, I'm okay with these Browns. I am, and how they don't get down. But my Browns is Webster Slaughter, Reggie Langhorne, Bernie Kosar, Kevin Mack, Brian Brennan, you understand what I'm saying? Ernest Biner, Ozzie Newsome. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, son.
You know none of those people play. You know none of those people play for us today. You know that, right? None of those people. Are
I don't care.
You know that, right?
I don't
the
care.
Browns today are this crew led by the young quarterback we have and the great defensive line.
Oh,
we have,
right, yeah.
All these tremendous young talented players we have. You know that's the team.
Yeah, right.
You got to learn some of their names, like Myles Garrett, Baker Mayfield.
Oh, I'm
all pretty good team.
So
OBJ, we got some good guys. We got a good squad today.
Yeah,
check them out.
Yeah, okay.
And stop looking. I know you're in Dallas, living in Dallas, and you're living the high life with the Cowboys. You and the Cowboys are faithfully eating good Texas steak and all the Cowboy food, faithfully eating the Cowboy Jerry Jones nonsense, all his gas pies that y'all eat up there at Texas Stadium. But there's a team over there in Cleveland that you grew up around. You ought to pay them some attention.
Yeah, you being real disrespectful to me right now. I'm gonna talk about Myles Garrett like Myles Garrett ain't my boy. You and Double J, y'all come off the little side. Y'all be throwing little innuendos in there like I can't catch it or something because I be having senior moments. You know what I'm saying? Like throwing a little acorn over there to try to get me to look that way so y'all can go over that way. Don't try that. I was born at night, not last night. It will not work. What I also find a little bit more impressive about this top-10 all-10 PPG average in a season college basketball list. It was from Fox College Hoops, by the way. Think about all the guys on this list. Maravich, of course, is the top 3 spots. Selvey, Newman, Freeman Williams, Billy McGill, Calvin Murphy, Austin Carr twice. I know for a fact Maravich did it. It was no three-point line. That's really why I wanted to have this up here as a topic today. See what I'm saying? Everybody acting like the dudes from back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Plumbers and janitors, as they like to call my era. Go sit in the corner, young fella, and put your nose in it. These dudes was dropping buckets. So how was they getting all these buckets, Double J, and wasn't no three-point line? Huh? How was these plumbers and janitors putting up these? How were these guys able to average these points? I mean, who in college averaging that now with the 3-point line? Harold Arsenault, maybe from Weber State. Well, he did that he had a nice little tournament run a couple eons ago. But
again,
Jimmer Fredette.
Point out here because I may have missed it. Steph Curry
at Davidson.
And there's only been 2 players. This may be a surprise.
Fact, Davidson. Fact.
There's only been 2 players, in my knowledge, in the last almost 50 years that have led the points per game in both the NCAA as well as the NBA in a season. And again, those 2 names are Pistol and Steph.
Ah, interesting.
So
wow, that's interesting.
And additionally, regarding that list specifically that you mentioned, there's a 100-point scorer with Frank Selvey that I think a lot of people don't realize. That's the 100-point game that most we're not familiar with.
Oh, wow. Now, that's a new one on me. I thought the 100-point game was
I was gonna say that's a new one on me as well.
yeah. But I thought I know it was a couple of 100-point games. I know Wilt did it in the NBA, and I know DeJuan Wagner did it in high school. I can't remember.
I know Wani did it in high school.
Yeah. I couldn't recall nobody else, even at the college level, doing it. That's impressive. But again, you know, I just keep telling these. I just brought this up really to point out. I mean, know your history. Don't poo-poo on history. Just because your dude, whoever it is happening right now, don't mean he the best guy to ever do it. Like nobody else could ever do anything close to, or you know, on the level of. I mean, come on, man. I just gave you a list. This is college we talking about. No 3-point line. Pete is on the list. Out of the top 10, he's the first three. His name come up 3 times out of the top 10 with no 3-point line, man. And then I posted it, Brother Rich. I'm glad you ain't on Facebook, but I posted a video the other day of Larry Bird. You know, since everybody want to use highlights, man, Larry Bird was torching dudes. Man, stop it. Ain't no way in the world you're going to tell me Larry couldn't play in this era. You can't tell me Larry couldn't play in this era. And Pistol Pete, too.
Side note.
Yeah.
Side note, since you threw in Larry Bird, I just want y'all to, I want the listeners and everybody to go look up Patrick Beverly's quote on Kobe Bryant. Since, you know, you sent us a text earlier about Kobe and what would have been Mamba on a thread. And Patrick Beverly said recently that it is so very disrespectful that Kobe is never mentioned as one of the GOATs. He said because Kobe absolutely among the players is one of the GOATs. And the reason is because he taught the players dedication to the game. The modern-day players learn dedication to the game from Kobe Bryant. So I encourage all our listeners, I encourage all our additional hosts, I encourage our guests to listen to that quote and go check it out. Because the fact that Kobe Bryant is never mentioned is, to me, like Larry Bird. The fact that Larry Bird is never mentioned as one of the best players in the history of the NBA is ridiculous. Because any top 10 that doesn't feature Larry Bird is nonsense. Any top 3 players in the world that never features Kobe Bryant, how do we take a poll like that seriously? And quite frankly, if Larry Bird is not in your top 7, I don't really think you know much about basketball.
Oh, there's no question. It's not a thought. You don't, because he's in mine. That's for sure. And I don't do the list do the whole list thing, but whatever list, Larry's on it. Absolutely, he's on it. Double J, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna, again reiterate those points with that group, and also my frustration with that same Ronnie 2K regarding the slanderous nature in which Pistol Pete is rated in that particular game, that they don't. And this ties in with Brother Rich's point about Larry Bird, is that we're losing the history. We're overvaluing today, and we're forgetting about yesterday when it comes to these players and the greatness that they had. Again, even myself bringing up what Frank Selby was able to accomplish in the college game. I want to double down on what Pistol Pete was able to accomplish himself, because you got to remember, guys, that was during the Adolph Rupp years.
That's where they held the ball too.
Exactly. And so you're telling me you had a Hall of Fame coach. Now, granted, of course, he went to LSU, but that's still the SEC. And that you were able to average the amount of points, knowing you played against them twice in a season, that can bring down anyone's numbers substantially, especially the more inflated that they are. And he was still able to do it.
Yeah, so I'm thoroughly impressed.
Everyone, whenever they, any stat heads, when they do stumble across those facts, because truthfully, I don't ever anticipate, despite the 3-point line, potentially the integration of a 4-point line by the time that we're nearing.
I got a feeling that's coming too.
The next step. I still do not believe anyone will average and threaten those numbers. And we've had some great scorers Again, we pointed out Steph here earlier. I don't believe we will ever see that be threatened when it comes to the NCAA.
Yeah, I tip my hat to Pistol Pete. Me and my sons, man, we would sit down and watch countless videos and stuff on him, man, as much as we could, in depth. And my son was even in awe. He was like, Dad, everybody be talking about who the best ball handler. He said, how come it ain't Pistol Pete? I said, you might have just answered your own question, son.
And you know what? I also don't think we give him enough credit for having a part to do with modern day basketball.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Facts.
Ball handling and things like that. He doesn't get enough credit for that.
Facts.
That's a great point.
Facts. Because, man, his ball handling
and then
skills.
Lastly, if there's any takeaways here, when you brought up Kobe a little earlier. Now, granted, thankfully, when a TV show had him make the choice between rating himself, Michael, and LeBron, or eating a piece of something, and again, I'll leave it at something. I'm not even sure. I think it was a cow tongue, or raw. And he finally did it, and thankfully he did say that he was first. But if not most importantly, if you look at, we brought up some historical figures in today's program, both socially as well as within sport, and all of them have three real characteristics, which is perseverance, dedication, and again, ultimately consistency.
Absolutely.
And so if there's anybody that's a young listener and you can see that it's across the board, does not matter what they are known for, but those character traits were tied to it, well, if you're looking to get somewhere in this world, that's a couple good things you might want to take with you.
Absolutely. Right. Fellas, as always, that's some good stuff. It was good to be back. I'm not worried about you, Donald Igwe, BK, Ali Haji Sheik. Keep getting out there on that practice field for them field goals and them extra points because y'all shanking them. You know what I'm saying? Shanking them. And from the land of the Dallas Cowboys, it's your man, Lil Jerry. That was, I don't even know why I let you even talk me into saying that crap. And on that note, it's been fun, but we got to run. We appreciate y'all for listening. Don't forget to check us out right here on the Spreaker.com network. You go to the search box and type in the Shot Report. And while you're there, please give us a subscription or a prescription, or check us out on Facebook, Twitter, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast and give us a follow. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as dropping us your comments, suggestions via email, theshotreport365@gmail.com. And, of course, again, we, too, have a website, theshotreport.com. And if that don't work, Google it. For my mans, Be Rich, Double J, and all those who follow us and support us, we say thank you. And as always, the Shot Report is brought to you by the folks over at Rocket Digital, the one-stop shop, or your one-stop shop for all your Rocket Digital marketing needs. I'm Barbershop Jay, and you've been listening to the Shot Report. And remember, the next time y'all want to know what's really going on, man, come to the shop. Walk-ins are always welcome. Holla!